All right, welcome back, everybody. Our next guest has been all over the world and has some simple tips for entrepreneurs in this new year. We welcome Troy Hazard to our author spotlight today to talk about his book, Future Proofing Your Business. Troy, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thanks.
Now, you've been all over the world, like we said. You host a business show on a business channel. You got all this wealth of knowledge and experience. Tell me why you decided to put it into this book.
You know, it was more a labour of love than anything else. Everyone kept saying, "Where's your book? Where's your book?" I failed English at school, so books are hard for me.
But you speak proper English.
Well, there you go. So it took me a while to put that one together, but it was a collection of stories from the 11 different companies I've owned over the years, and some of the experiences we got right, some of the things we got wrong. You know, just trying to share some stuff with guys so they might not do the same problems, have the same problems that I had.
Well, what are some of the major common mistakes that you're finding with small business owners or even medium business owners?
They wait. They wait. Since 2008, people have been waiting for things to shift. When's it going to get better? When are the customers coming back? When's life going to be good? The reality is just get going, get busy. You know, don't wait for it to happen because you've got to create it. The economy's not going to shift to help you. You've got to shift the economy. That's what small business is about. Yeah,
and that kind of goes along with your 5 business tips for a better start to 2014. Yeah. Number 1 is get an early start, right?
Well, exactly, because we make these plans for the year and we say, I'm going to do my tax early this year, so I haven't got to worry about it in December. I'm going to do it in October. Why not do it in January? Why not you do your numbers every month? Yeah. So you're already ready to go by the time you get to October, and life is good. So my simple philosophy is, don't wait till December to get started because that's when it fits. Get going now, even if you just make a little start.
Makes sense to me. Tip number 2 is focus on winning the race, not avoiding the accident.
Yeah, because we're kind of looking at the things that are most important to us today, we're not looking at, turn 3 and 4 down the track. We're looking at the bumper bar of the car in front of us and trying not to hit it.
Right.
My philosophy is look a bit further into the future. Look at what you look like in maybe 2017 and try and be that person now, or act on some of the things you need to act on today to help facilitate that in 2 and 3 years' time.
Sure, absolutely. Number 3 here is a tip that I'm sure most of us can relate to. It's be confident, not arrogant.
Leadership is hard in business because you've got to try and shift people from one place to the next. And it's a very fine line between being a confident leader and an arrogant leader. A confident leader is vulnerable, is open, and has vision. An arrogant leader leads in fear and blame. Like, why haven't you got that done?
Right.
As opposed to, how come we haven't fixed this yet? There's a very fine line between the two. If you're a confident leader, you'll shift people to a better place faster. If you're arrogant, they're going to be the guy that goes, I hate my boss.
Right. So don't tell people what to do directly like this. You kind of want to motivate them.
Yeah, you want to encourage them that we're doing this together for both of us.
There's so much being made about corporate culture these days, and that's tip number 4 is create a culture of conscious change.
I think people look at change as being, I'm going to shift this from here to here. I've changed. Life is good. I haven't got to worry about it. The reality is that change is constant. It's an evolution, and you should be looking to do something every single day. So wake up in the morning and spend 10 minutes and go, oh, how can I be more efficient, more effective? How can I do it better than I did yesterday? And then you have this consciousness that you're always evolving with the business and evolving as an individual, as a leader.
Yeah. Okay. Tip number 5 says start with the end in mind. That sounds kind of strange, but it can really help you out in business and in life.
Well, absolutely. And I trade companies, so I buy things that are broken, add value, and then move them on. And every company we've gone and bought, we've known what it looks like when it's finished before we've got in.
Okay.
And people just don't look further enough into the future. What does your business look like when it's done? What does it look like when you're finished, when you're going to give it to the kids or sell it to the staff or sell it to a potential buyer? Know what that looks like, and then it's easier to find the path to get there.
Great tips right there. Troy, tell me about the audience for your book right now. Who should go out and buy this book and take these tips and take them to heart to try and improve their business?
Well, I think anyone who's looking to get into business, think they've got a bit of an entrepreneurial flair, there's a lot of things that we've got in the book and a lot of things that I share on stage and on television around the world, just to try and say, look, here's what I got right. Maybe there's something you can learn from that. Yeah. And here's when we got it wrong and we lost a bunch of dough. Don't do that.
We wish it was that simple, right?
I wish it was.
Indeed. Troy, how about people that aren't, owners, but are kind of stuck in that mid-management level right now, or say they're employees starting off and they want to do something greater?
Look, I think it's have a go. And And when I say have a go, I don't mean just go and quit your job and decide you want to be in business. That's pretty dangerous. But have a go at trying to work out what you want to be when you grow up. I mean, we got asked that question at school. What are you going to be when you grow up?
Right.
What was your answer?
A fireman, probably.
There you go. People just don't look that far down the track. So
exactly.
if you look at that and say, well, what do I want to be when I get older and grow up and look back at my life, it's much easier to understand what you should be doing in business.
Indeed, indeed. The book is called Future Proofing Your Business. Where can we pick it up, Troy?
Amazon, bookstores around the country.
Yeah. Well, it sounds fantastic, like a great read, and I'm going to read it too myself, and hopefully I can make some money as well.
There you go.
Pleasure to have you here,
Thanks
sir.
for having me.
I do appreciate you being here. All right, up next, we're breaking down the Oscar nominations, who's in the running for an Academy Award, and who got snubbed. Pop news. That's next.